now study through Nehemiah, in chapter 7. The title is What's Next? We'll be going through, the city walls, the beginning of the city walls, what they meant, how important the wall is to us, the enemy's attacks, and all this stuff. And so now we're at the place where we have received Jesus in our lives, right? And the wall has been set up, the separation has been made. So the wall is completed, and now the rebuilding of inside the city got to take place. And so tonight we're going to look at what we got to do. Because everybody here saved, raise your hands. Okay, if you're not saved, don't worry, we're not going to attack you, we'll just pray for you. Okay? So we are all saved, but how many of you guys, with a show of hands, still get jumped inside and you got to get fixed? Okay? This is what this chapter is all about. This chapter is about what we need to do to make sure the inside is okay. So let's start reading, and then we're going to break this down. It's a really long chapter. We're not going to go through the 73 verses. We're just going to take a portion here and a portion there. As far as the genealogy, I'm just going to kind of lay out there, and you guys can go on, read, and kind of research your own about what it's saying there. I'll give you guys a little idea of what's going on. So Nehemiah 7, verses 1 to 5, it says, after the wall was finished, I had set up the doors and the gates. The gatekeepers, singers, and Levites were appointed. I gave the responsibility of governing Jerusalem to my brother Hanai, and along with Hananiah, the commander of the fortress. For he was a faithful man who feared God more than most. I said to them, do not leave the gates open during the hottest part of the day, and even while the gatekeepers are on duty, have them shut and bar the doors. Appoint the residents of Jerusalem to act as guards, everyone on a regular watch. Some will serve at sentry posts, and some in front of their own homes. At that time, the city was large and spacious, but the population was small, and none of the houses had been rebuilt. So my God gave me the idea to call together all the nobles and leaders of the city, along with the ordinary citizens for registration. I have found the genealogical records of those who had first returned to Judah. This is what was written there. So after that, there's just a whole genealogy that's going on in those verses. I think something like about 30 of those verses. So what we find here, what's going on is that the wall is completed. The gates are all up, locks, bars are all set up, all in place. And we see that the intimidation that Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem had concerning stopping the work of God didn't work, right? Because the wall was completed. Nehemiah and the people had completed this rebuilding, and now Israel could begin to rebuild their nation. So, with us today, and you're going to hear it along the way as we talk about it more, we are all fallen men. Okay, you guys know what that means? Yeah, we all fell from God. We are born with sin, because of all what happened. And some of us are raised in the church, some of us, half and half, some of us not at all. But what we're going to look at today is that when we come to the Lord, I remember coming to the Lord, I had a lot of stuff that needed to be revealed. I realized Jesus was my Savior, but I had a lot of stuff on the inside that needed to be fixed. A lot of stuff that is still being fixed today through the grace of God. Now, we need to understand that this battle that Satan has isn't going to stop. We talked about this to the trumpet blows, right? And so although the walls are secure, and we're protected, if we're not taking care of the rubbish on the inside, it won't be too long before we find ourselves outside of the wall again. Now, we have found this truth. I see this so true in many Christians today, I have a bunch of friends that was saved along with me, and friends that I made along the way in my journey of faith, and they're no longer with Christ. And it really, like bugs me, like what happened? But then you look at the choices that they made, and the choices led them astray. And this is something that we need to do. Okay, we're going to talk about when we're rebuilding the house, when we're rebuilding the inside. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And when we clean up the rubbish, we need to replace it with something. Right? So now that we've taken out all this junk stuff, we gotta start cleaning up the good stuff. Sanctify is a wonderful word because it just simply says set apart. Right? So when we receive Jesus Christ, we're sanctified through the blood of Jesus Christ, and through the Holy Spirit, we are taught to train ourselves, through conviction, to be what God has called us to be. We have to be people who are on guard all the time. So, how many of you guys are constantly watching that you guys not making a mistake? Not constantly making sure you guys don't get caught. Yeah, because I know how that works. Right? I don't like to make a mistake of getting caught. How many of you guys, watching that you don't make a mistake that will lead you into deeper sin? You see, because that's Satan's goal. If he can get us to just compromise, we're talking about this, just a little bit, the little bit compromising will eventually get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like a lie. You tell one lie, you're going to have to tell 2 or 3 more lies to make it convincing. Before you know, you don't know how bad, you don't know how the lie got so bad, but it's like, wow, it was really this small, but lying, and now everybody involved in a lie, and it's just really huge, and people get hurt, we get hurt. So, this attack, we have to realize that is really something that we're in control, right? We are the ones, if we neglect to constantly repair the stuff inside of us, then we set ourselves up to fail. We sabotage our own faith, right? I love it because I hear it all the time, people go, oh, I believe, that's good enough. No, believing not good enough. Discipline needs to follow your faith. How many of us realize that, right, when you do something wrong, the way you make it right is you confess it. Do you just confess? Right? That's only half the work. The other half is not do it again. Right? So how do we not do it again? Cross our fingers. We fill that up with something good, something holy, something of the Lord. Because if we don't fill it up, it'll come back again. And I'll share a little bit on a scripture that speaks a lot about that. So I was thinking about this, and I was like, how do we set this up, right? Because we see the attack from Satan, we see the mind attack, we see the division in the church, and and so we saw them trying to rebuild Babylon, not Babylon, but Jerusalem. And I'm really amazed. If you look at the history of Jerusalem, you gotta be amazed by the authority and power of God. It's amazing. Think about this. When Babylon took over Jerusalem, they didn't just destroy the walls and the cities, right? They even killed the Levites and the priests, because to keep them alive would be a mockery to their gods. And so what they had to do to make sure that they made a point was not only kill as much priests as they could, but also destroy the temple and everything in that city to nothing, so that they realized who had supreme authority. So I'm looking at this and I'm trying to think about, wow, this is pretty crazy, right? Because this is really a picture of mankind, right? When we look at this, they conquered Jerusalem, destroyed it, right? And then they left it abandoned for 70 years before they allowed people to come back. Everything had to be rebuilt. Houses, shops, marketplaces, the temple, all that had to get rebuilt. And so I started to look at that, and isn't that a good picture of us? Right? We've been destroyed. We've been lied to by Satan. We've fallen for the things that he has said. Our wall, our love for God has been destroyed. Right? I gotta be honest with you, when I was raised in the church and then I got old enough, I left the church. Right? I figured there was something better out there than what I was being taught. And then I started, having drugs and alcohol, hanging out with people doing stupid stuff, stuff I shouldn't be doing. I said, wow, this is fun. Right? And the enemy had me at that point where I said, this is living. This is the right way to enjoy your life. No help my dad's saying was, live all you can today because tomorrow not promised to you. He probably read the Bible but never understood what he read. We're supposed to live to our fullest, but to our fullest in God's authority. So, I came to the Lord and I was thinking, man, this is really crazy. So, think about this, kid. There was a place that God had built and created for mankind. It's called the Garden of Eden. In this garden was everything that Adam and Eve could ever want or need. It was lacking nothing. They had constant fellowship with the Lord. They had free reign. There was no shame, no sin. It was a place designed to be perfect fit for mankind. Then came along that rotten little snake, that rotten snake, and he came and he started pressing, right, man's freedom of choice. You see, we all get this freedom to choose God. We all get this freedom to show up for church or not, right? And how many of us go, not today? Yeah? I'm not trying to put anybody in bondage, okay? But think about it. If not today, and Jesus came, he goes, oh, I didn't see somebody. Stop. That was the day he decided to do. Right? And it's not about attendance, it's about where our hearts are when it comes to what the worship of God serve. So, here comes Satan, he's sneaking around, and he has just one thing on his mind. Now, that one thing is to kill the soul of man, right? To steal their joy, their peace, and their love that we enjoy with God, and to destroy the personal relationship that with God, promised us the kingdom of heaven. That's the sole purpose. That game plan never changed. Now think about it, the Garden of Eden, I don't know how far you guys remember that, but that's way, way, way back. We've got to read this. We've got to come all the way to the front of the Bible to see it. That game plan never changed. And so we need to be very alert that Satan's plan is still to kill, steal, and destroy. But isn't it a shame if we were to be honest? We are really lazy and sloppy with our relationship with Jesus. I can be guilty. I'm not coming here to preach you guys. I can be guilty. And I have to tell myself, stop acting up and go read the Bible. Yeah? Or I have to tell myself, pray for them. God loves them. I don't. Right? And not God loves them. It's not about you. It's about how much you love me. Right? It's about me. Like Andrew was saying, the tithing, it's about God. God don't need the money. Yeah? But isn't it true that, when we get, suppose $10, it's our last $10, we have a choice to give it to God or people. Most times we will say, if God like money, they say he can make more money, so let him make extra money, but I really need this one. Now, I know that God knows I need the $10, right? But what he wants to know is how much I want him more, or how much I need him more than the $10. Because my God can supply what I need. Does that make sense? So we struggle with it. And I'm not trying to preach to you guys about tithing and everything. That's you guys' business. But what I want you to know is that kind of business, that's where Satan will come and start to fight with you, start to play that tug of war game. Because, because actually, if I give that, then that's not using wisdom. This has nothing, remember now, relationship has nothing to do with wisdom. It's all about love. Yeah? It's like Ram was sharing about his poem. I shouldn't have you share that, because I never knew down when I told my wife to marry me. I just thought that you marry me. You know what I mean? If you guys come, I remember Hollywood, I went on my knees, and he started doing this, and bro, you don't pick up this way. I make you fan of. I'm not like that. I was like, you gonna marry me, huh? He goes, I guess so. Okay, we'll get married. Here, brother, I didn't poem. Keep it to yourself, okay? But we had this deal. God created a wonderful atmosphere, but Satan came and he destroyed that. He stole that heart for God. Now, Satan wasn't foolish. He knew that if he was going to have us remove God's presence, something had to fill it up. We all know how it feels, right? If we're not filling ourselves with the Lord, don't we start filling ourselves up with self-pleasure, right? It could be anything. I'm not here to tell you guys to figure it out. But we start to fill ourselves up with all these sins and shame. That is the deal of Satan. You see, when God created the Garden of Eden, there was no shame and no sin. So when Satan came and tricked them into giving up this, giving a void, he already had a plan that he would fill us up with sin and shame, which would allow him to have a grip on us. How many of us struggling in our walk because we don't want to confess? How many of us holding secrets that we figure, it's just between me and God? And that is true, but unless you confess it and allow yourself to truly release it to God by holding, like confessing, whatever, anti-bird, and then her job is not to go, you need to go and repent. Like she might judge, but her job will be this as a believer. You need to go seek God. And you need to be right before God. She said repent, but she never told me in that way. She said, you know what you should do. All of us here know what we should do. Right? We don't need somebody snapping repent. Right? It's when we repent. Like you peek there or kiss the eye or something, Or you're telling me, first thing was, please judge, you put a law out of your eye. Yeah, as soon as we hear that word just make a wall. All of us say, you should seek God's wisdom. What does God say? Now, here's the thing. If Satan can do this to us, right, we get caught up and we start thinking that, wow, this is all good, then that becomes valuable to us. But do you know that Satan has nothing valuable to us? Nothing. Everything he promised us, the same temptation he promised Jesus, right? All those times is stuff according to Scripture. When God comes back to his Son Jesus Christ and calls us to live in eternity with him, those things will no longer exist. So what the devil is promising you, right? What the devil is saying you should have, what the devil is saying is great value to you, will soon disappear, leaving you with nothing except a ticket to hell. Kind of crazy, right? He's a speaking speaker. I have to watch it. But he sucks. He wants to destroy us. And he knows as long as we are dealing with sin and shame in our lives, we're never ever going to get through this. So let me share with you guys something that's very common. You guys probably know So Alan and I was going through our stuff. We're actually going through counseling and everything. And we're seeing a Christian counselor for our marriage, as well as another group of a husband and wife that is taking us through the steps, and so we're sitting down, and he goes, just share with me, I love the therapy, because we've been going to church. Church is therapy for me, right? So he goes, so just share what's going on. I said, we ask a Christian to share with you. It's like crazy, because we'll be here all day. If you love Jesus, and then you've been growing in the church, confession is not a problem. Yeah? So we're sitting down, and she shared her part, we shared her part. He goes, yeah, to be honest. I'm like, I said tell you what's going on. I said, we want nothing to hide. I said, we just have issues. And so we went through this and everything, and slowly but surely we just get through this stuff. But the thing about the confession was accountability, and now learning what we're going to do with what we know. And this is what is so important, because if we can figure out what is going on with us, which we already know, but be honest about, that the one that wants stuff right inside you guys all know, you guys all get one. Some of you guys get like 5, and you're like, man, I need to know. Might be pornography, might be lusty, whatever, because we don't talk about that. Don't ever talk about that. Well, the problem with that is that we're not finding somebody to hold us accountable, let's do it. Because we never fill them up with something like that. So, now, I'm looking at the story of Nehemiah, and I really love it because, what's happening is that they're trying to trap Jerusalem again. What is the battle against Jerusalem? What was so wrong with Jerusalem? The problem with Jerusalem, we'll talk about it in a little bit, it was the city of God. God declared that his own. So Satan wasn't worried about the other cities and towns. He was just worried about the one God called his own, because he had to find a way to discredit God and get all of what God has called good to turn against God. He's really good at it now, because you gotta imagine, according to scriptures, 1/3 of the angels fell from heaven. That's not a small bunch of people. Angels, that's a lot. And if you can get angels to stand in the presence of God and reject them, I've never seen the face of God. I think I am more vulnerable than angels, because I haven't seen face to face. Right now, I'm operating by faith. I never got to have a personal face-to-face relationship with God. So it really scares me to think that if I'm not making sure that I'm taking care of myself in a way that I'm building my relationship with God, I can easily be deceived. I shared with you guys a couple weeks of my story. I'm an master guy. I didn't think I would have it all together. But when problems come into your life and you're struggling, sometimes you just get all twisted. That's just natural. And that's why we need accountability. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So if we was listening really carefully in the past few messages, we would learn that the relationship with Jesus wasn't a one-time deal, right? You never just come to Jesus and that was it. Remember when we talked about the building of the walls and the gates and how each section had and the journey between that, right? That's the journey of a believer. So sometimes we gotta go back to the dung gate. We gotta go back over there and dump our rubbish. Because if we don't, then the rubbish starts building up. Yeah? How's the best thing now? Everybody get to his house, yeah? So how many of you guys' house get stuff that really don't need to be there, but since I have them there, I just kind of keep, because one day I might need them. Yeah? I get clothes in my room, in my closet, hanging up there that I don't even use. Because I'm not going to say they're too small, but they just not what I like anymore. And I say, but That's mine. And one day I'm gonna use them when I like them again. Right? And I'm like, no. You see, it's natural for us to start hoarding these things and, covering ourselves with all this stuff. And before you know it, we're kind of lost in direction. So, we need to realize that when we get to this place of the Lord, we got to go back even on there to the donkey. I really don't need this. Don't be selfish and go, oh, since I don't need them, nobody getting on my trouble. Give them to somebody who need them. Right? I really, somebody told me, if I don't need them, I'm going to give them to somebody else to use them. Well, because, somebody else can use them. Yeah, well, it's for me. But you, no, trouble away. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But we get like that, right? That was mine. Or somebody says, oh, I don't like them to know my size. But when they have to know that was yours, you know what I mean? We get all kind of reasons why we shouldn't clean our house. Yeah? So we get all kind of reasons why we shouldn't clean our house on the inside. But the longer we don't do that, the more trouble we get. Now, so we constantly learn that Jesus isn't a one-time relationship deal. We have to work on every day. It's like Holy Spirit, yeah? You've been touched by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit wasn't sent to you for only one-time experience. That was for a lifetime experience until Jesus come back. So, you can call on the Holy Spirit's presence every single day. Yeah, and if you like me, you need more than one time a day. Guess what? Follow up. Holy Spirit, and you help. Holy Spirit come. And the Holy Spirit will come. He will continue to guide and lead me as long as I continue to build my relationship with Jesus. As long as I am building my relationship with Jesus, I have sanctified myself, consecrated myself for the purpose of God's glory. And it's a daily work. Right? You guys hear about the Levites and they had to go clean themselves I don't know how many times. Right? Some of us let me clean our hands before we eat, No, in the church, in the temple, people had to constantly wash themselves and purify themselves. It was an understanding. It was supposed to get them to the place where they reverence God in such a way that they make sure that they're clean. But I said, a lot of us do something in our relationship. And then you go, wow. I'm not saying you are. You decide that, we got to figure this out because it's a personal deal. But we got to be honest with ourselves, right? Just because you show up on time, just because you go to book reading, just because you do this and pray, doesn't mean that you're okay. It just means that you're really good at keeping, everything in order. But how about on the inside? Everything on the inside. But we're good people. We're good people who like to show a good face, right? We don't show that part. We kind of talk that way, yeah. But if we're not taking care of that part, how can we get better? Now, this is what's going to happen. We're going to either build our relationship with Jesus, or we're going to start damaging and deteriorating that relationship with Jesus. There's only two choices. Okay? So I want you guys to understand this now. If you decide, if you don't want to, step up your game, I want you to understand, I promise you this, okay? Not because I'm a, smart person. I just promise you because I see it in the Bible that we will start falling away from the Lord in our relationship. We will. Little bit at a time. And when we do that, what happens is we slowly get caught up in the lie of the enemy and we start compromising, and before you know it, our lives start going down. Now, Nehemiah, when he finished building the wall, I really love this because I was reading this stuff, going checking other things. You know that he didn't hesitate. He didn't go, okay, we built the wall, now we get to rest. He, as the leader, you as an individual who are responsible for your relationship, and for you who are leading people in the Lord, right? You need to understand this. Your job is to figure out the next plan. When God is done doing this work with you here, what is the next work that God has? Now, a lot of times we go, oh, power, sit down there. The problem is that once we get there, we get the Hawaiian stroke. We know they move after that, right? No, once we figure out God has finished His task with us, we're done. What is the next thing God wants to work on? Right? Because if we don't, we're going to find ourselves in trouble. Listen to this. Nehemiah says, okay, we got the walls all put up, the gates all put up, but now we got to make sure that we got the gatekeepers, right? We got the Levites, we got the singers, and we got everything in place. What was the purpose of that? The gatekeepers, the Levites, the singers. What was the purpose of that? It's really crazy. You're not going to think about it this way, right? But the purpose of that was to establish the worship of God. Right? Why would he put the Levites and the singers and the gatekeepers in place? The gatekeepers' job was to keep the wrong people out and let the right people in. Their job was to watch the gate. The singers and the Levites was to worship, to lead the people in worship. So once he got this wall set up, once we got our salvation, once we were saved, now we need to do the next job, and we need to set ourselves up for the worship of God. That is the only way we're going to get over it. Shaq was sharing something about what she was going through with the Nehemiah. You know, I'm going to share with you, there is times where I'm going to be afraid. And we're going to have to learn how to trust Jesus in that field. But if we haven't set the gatekeepers in place, if we haven't put the Levites in place, if we haven't put the singers in place, talking about worship of God in place, we're not going to worship God when we're in the valley. You see, it is something crazy. This is the part they call Christians crazy, right? They're not all there. When somebody passed, we celebrate. You know, when something went wrong, we celebrate. Right? It was, what's wrong with you? You should be in agony. You should have you know what? I'm simply scared, but according to what I read in Scripture, the Lord says, because I love Him and He loves me, the end result is victory. The victory according to the will of God. Now that's a difference. Because a lot of times our victory, we consider victory in our brain what we want. Well, what we want is a victory. That's what we want. What God desires for us is what we need. And the Scripture says that God will meet our every need. Right? I love when people say, oh, just say the name of Jesus and that's yours. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Because I still don't want $1 million. I'm praying and in the name of Jesus never come yet. See, that's not how Scripture works. That's not what Scripture is talking about. It's talking about a relationship in Jesus that when I call upon Him, when I look upon Him, He gives me the strength, the energy, and the confidence that what I'm going through will soon end, and victory, that means the light at the end of the tunnel, is where I'm going to be standing. Does that make sense? It's not about the world's riches, it's about this relationship. At the end of this, my relationship with Jesus is still be strong. Heaven is my focus. Not being this certain battle, that battle. My focus is the kingdom of heaven. Does that make sense? So, we cannot forget that battle we face isn't flesh, it's all spiritual. Okay, as believers, we've got to remember this. Our battle is all spiritual. He goes, oh yeah, but the guy acting out, this guy acting out. Then you let God take care of that. Right? Our problem is like we from that, yeah? Oh, you stick eye out. You don't stick eye that, right? And then you pop up, chest up, and everything. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, that's the flesh. And the Bible says we're not fighting flesh. So we got to keep the same mind again. As believers, our battle is spiritual. If we can get ourselves right, and deal with that spiritual battle, the physical battle, will be no problem. Why? Because in the spirit, I know God says this is my victory. So now it's the time, suppose Joy acting up, yeah? She being all like talking about me, yeah, you know what I mean? So she may be up any time. And my battle is not against her. My job is to put myself in alignment with God, as Lord. Nehemiah did over there, right? He never will fight him, was Lord, you remember all the wrong that was done. You take care of that. I'm going to stay focused on you. And the Lord takes care of it. The problem we have is that sometimes, the Lord takes care of something later on. But we like instant results, we like our eyeball falling out, everything, yeah, thank you, Lord, He's so good to me. That's not how God works. So remember, guys, that this battle we're fighting is a spiritual battle. That should cause us to get a little bit more, get us a little bit more serious about the battle we're fighting. Because a lot of times our problem is what we're fighting physically. It's like punching air and nothing happening. But God said it, but nothing happening. You're fighting the physical. Right? We gotta fight spiritually. And how do we do that? We calm our spirit and seek the Spirit of the Lord. Now, when you do this, something really crazy happens. God tells us step back, and He steps forward. Amazing. He is unbelievably crazy good. So, after that, we need to learn how. So after he puts all this in place, then he put two people in charge, right? His brother, and then Hananiah, which is really cool. Because I looked up Hananiah, you know that he not even went off to. He was faithful to the king, but he says that even this guy was more afraid of God than God's own people. How is that? That's shame, right? Somebody who was faithful to the king, that wasn't actually. He wasn't a Jew, and he was more afraid of the Jewish God, Jehovah, than people who was in the lineage and knew for centuries about God. Crazy. Then think about it, it's not so crazy. There's some people out there that serve God more than people in the church. Messed up. So he puts them in charge. What does he do when he does this? Nehemiah is putting them in charge because Nehemiah needs to go back to Persia, to give an account of what was taking place, how much of the wall was being built. Now, this is where accountability comes in. He had to go back and report to the king what has been done. Right? The king gave him a task, and now he had to report to the king what was done. Well, I'm kind of tripping out because the last time I read, the King of Kings gave us a commission to go out into the world. And the wonderful news, right? That I'm the Son of Jesus, I'm the Son of God, Jesus Christ. I'm the Savior sent to them. And when I share with them this, and they receive the Lord, they disciple them, teach them. And then I read at the end of the Bible, so that when Jesus comes back, we give an account of what we've done with the work that was presented to us. Kind of spooky, right? Because, I just kind of been watching TV and hanging out and worrying about myself. And the Lord says, you have to hold me accountable for your feet. We talked about this before. We all know how feet can be measured, right? The Lord is going to see how much of what you did with what God has given you. I don't know if that makes any, big deal to you, but it does make a big deal to me. Because, I don't want to, you guys maybe make these jokes again. I don't want to walk when I get to heaven. I really want my wings. And I don't like putting here. I like how we throw it here. And I'm serious. I guess you think all the time because my beginning is broken, but I would put in a purchase order of all those things to God. That when I get there, Lord, I ready to receive my purchase. I said, I'm putting a layaway plan over here. So, I've been doing my share and everything. I've been diligent. So, I want my wings. I want my full hair. Oh, you cannot forget about six-pack. Right? And I'm telling you guys, I will be the only one floating up there with holy hair but black. That's the Hawaiian that they will apply. You know what I mean? See, we're going to be accountable. And isn't that another reason why we should make sure that we bring the right people in? That we're accountable for what we do. Because, what does it mean to happen? Okay? I mean, yeah, that's a good point, right? Think about raising your hand. Let's talk to Barbara. So, when I get to heaven, you see me flying, and you scrub to heaven's college, no complaint. It's okay. I'm going to make sure she that bathroom every day, all over. You see, we cannot be satisfied just to heaven. Then what that means is that our hearts hasn't truly been turned over to God. You see, I can just do my job just enough to get past. So everybody get the word. But I cannot. I love the Lord too much that I gotta read and I gotta study and I gotta do all this stuff, and I gotta go through all these things in order for me to share with you guys what God is sharing with me. You see, I'm not happy with just making it. And it's not about being, the person that kind of win all the time. Although I get that mentality, I like win all the time, right? It's about, if God gave me His best, then how can I not give Him my best? He deserves everything I get. You see, that's how I'm able to correct stuff when I'm wrong. Not because I just made it, because if I just made it, I already made it to heaven. Right? But it's not about just making it, it's about how much I love it. So when we sit down, we need to evaluate this. How much do I truly love God? What would I pay to ensure that God understands how much I desire and need Him? I want you guys to do that and write that down. Because that's going to help you to figure out where your heart is. And nothing wrong with figuring out where your heart is, right? It's just so important, man. The reason for us to figure out what's going on is so that we can figure out where we got to go and what we're going to face. Right? So you guys know, if the bullseye is that right there, that speaker, and I shoot my arrow and I shoot it up there, I know I need to make an adjustment in order to make it speaker. Well, that's my relationship with Jesus. If I can hit that spot, then that is a fine relationship with Jesus. That's the best. But if I'm hitting all around because I just nothing to shoot, then how do I realize how do I know what to fix? So if I'm shooting up there, I know I have to make an adjustment. I need to come down. Oh, if I did it too far down, I need to come back up a little bit. And as I make the adjustment, I start hitting the target of this is it. This is where I need to be. This is the position I need to stand. This is how I need to hold the ball. This is how I need to release the arrow. Does that make sense? So accountability was really cool because Nehemiah set people up. He went back to the king for accountability. The problem with the church today is that a lot of believers don't have accountability. They believe that, love is God, no, then that's okay. Well, God knows anyway. But the purpose of accountability, again, like I said earlier, was so that we can start making corrections. It's like that bullseye, right? I'm being accountable to where my relationship is, and I need people who love me, right, and who I trust to tell me that I'm way off. I don't get mad. They never got mad when somebody told you you're way off. They never got mad. Oh, I was keen, right? And I was like, how dare you judge me? You know, and then I realized when I'm home, I was like, well, that was not a really fair, you know, evaluation of where my heart was. And so I sat down and I repented and said, Lord, okay, I hear you. Because a lot of times we hear people, right? We're not hearing God. And so we have to be accountable. One of the greatest gifts I have is that I'm so blessed to have people that surround me that I'm accountable to. You know, you can ask anybody. I just share. Sometimes I share, oops, already, yeah, let me go. You know, I share in church. You know, that's my way. By sharing it, then I know how to be responsible for it. But if I hide it, then I can keep hiding it. You know, because I don't know yet, but I love keeping secrets about me. You know, I like when nobody knows stuff about me. So by me saying something, I force myself, I put myself in a position where somebody will come and tell me, so what? You pray. Right? So I pray because God knows that I'm a person that I'm like that. If I'm not fully accountable, I don't know what else I like. I'm a free-ranging person, you know what I mean? Do as I please. But the Lord knows that I think that's why He made me a pastor. Because I cannot tell you guys to pray, and I'm going to pray. Yeah, and so when people ask me how my prayer life, I'm going to go good. You know how easy to pick somebody if they pray good and they have a prayer life? Tell them pray. Watch them. They must say words over and over, but they never went anywhere. Right? Or you listen and goes, and prayer was all about self. I mean, if you are a person of prayer, your prayer always extends out. But when you're not practicing prayer, you're always like, Lord, bless my day, people saved, Lord, yeah, you know, bless that person and this person, yeah, you know, Lord, I love it. That's why I ask people to pray, get all scared. And I make you guys notice, okay, so just to be accountable. If I ask you to pray, I'm listening. Not because I want to see how good you pray, but I want to see your heart of prayer. It's not about being eloquent in words. It's about having your heart released in love. Because you can say pigeon and God loves pigeon. He loves my broken pigeon, you know what I mean? That's some crippled pigeon, by the way. And He loves it, you know? So praying is so important for us to do because it's a communication with God. So accountability. That's why everybody here should have an accountable person. Okay? And you know, you have people out there that are not believers that they can be good accountable people. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you want people who will base their wisdom off of the Word of God. Okay? You want to be careful because they're the ones that think they're scholars and that they know all things. They may be seasoned and that night, but they might not be the right ones for you. Does that make sense? I'm not saying, oh, wow, you know, you say that some Christians not good. Some Christians not good. They think they know all the answers, but they don't. They just know the book, but they don't know the heart of God. Does that make sense? Okay, so we find him doing this, and then he takes a roll check. Okay, do the genealogy. The purpose of the roll check is really simple. We need to do this. We need to evaluate who's around our life. Yeah, take a roll check. Who's in your life? Is there any enemies within the city? You get anybody, enemies in your circle that shouldn't be there? Then you need to get them out. Because their job is to sabotage your faith. That's what I love. I know people who love Jesus. Yeah, I'm not being biased, but I know that if I go and I hang around with this other friends of mine, as much as I love the Lord, my self-desire will kick in, and me and my friends will do what me and my friends do. So guess what? I gotta make sure they're not around. I hang out with them, I love them, but that's not my circle, that's not my favorite people. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the ones that's our core group, the one that keeps us accountable, we need to take a road check. Who is the most influential people in our life? And are they believers or are they enemies? Remember, the Bible tells us that Satan can come as the angel of the Lord. We're not evaluate who our friends is. Yeah, who's in that circle before they can. We're not being judgmental. to being wise. So, after these verses, we find that the cult took place. He took a genealogy check and all this stuff. Part of the genealogy check was in order to make sure that there wasn't an enemy in the camp. It was to figure out who people belonged to, what tribe they came from, because you had to figure out the Levites and who could work in the temple. But remember, not anybody could work in the temple, right? Because if you wasn't a priest, you walked in the temple, guess what? You're not coming back, So you have to make sure the right people were there according to the word of God. They were anointed to be the servants of the temple. Now, I want you guys to realize this. Okay, so when Jerusalem was being rebuilt, it says over 42,000 people went back to Jerusalem. From that way. I really thought it was like wow, that's a ton of people, right? And then I kept reading and doing the history stuff, you have all this stuff, and you find that not everybody went back to Jerusalem. Not everybody wants to go back to a destroyed city. And some didn't come from Jerusalem, they came from outside cities and towns, so they all went. So only a handful of them went back to Jerusalem, and what they found was a destroyed city. Now, I started to think about this, and I said, wow, I want to get a good illustration to see how this is working, to see the light hand of God. Well, we see the disaster in New Orleans, right? People were lost, homes, families separated. They still wondering if people were. Well, the city had a hard time to recover because of all the damage within the city, right? They never had clean water, the food was low, power was, hard to find manpower to fix things in short supply. It was just crazy. But the great thing about our nation today and about New Orleans, they have this thing called FEMA. Yeah, we all know that word, yeah? And so FEMA kicked in and helped. But they still had a lot of work to do and still struggling to get the economy back to where it should be. Well, look at this, you're looking at Jerusalem back then, they never had FEMA. Right? So what did they do? Because basically they had a city that never had no government help. It was a destroyed place, so how was it going to fix up homes? We need homes. People returned and no homes for them. People returned, no crops. The land is all still taken care of. So they still have to find a way to clean the land and get this all taken care of. So what did they do? I really love the way God works. In Nehemiah 7:70 to 73 says this, some of the family leaders gave gifts for the work. The governor gave the treasury 1,000 gold coins, 50 gold basins, and 530 robes for the priests. The other leaders gave to the treasury a total of 20,000 gold coins and some 2,750 pounds of silver for the work. The rest of the people gave 20,000 gold coins, about 2,500 pounds of silver, and 67 robes for the priests. So the priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, the singers, the temple servants, and some of the common people settled near Jerusalem. The rest of the people returned to their own towns throughout Israel. So, I love this, right? Nehemiah went out and he called the leaders together, he called the people together. Hey guys, we gotta get this fixed up. So what can we do about this? Everybody knew the importance of God being worshipped. Everybody knew it was important to set God up, right? To put back together what he had called his own. And everybody came all over from the church. Now, we see this happening with Lord Jesus, right? They got chunk money from all over. People start coming in. Some people started building houses and doing all this stuff. I want you guys to never underestimate your power in making change happen. Right? We have a big deal game to play in the kingdom of God. You see, so all those things we do make a difference. We've got to be busy with the kingdom's business. I love this. People left and went back to their own towns and own cities, meaning they wasn't going to benefit. from living in that town in the city. But it was because the purpose of building that was to worship God. It was showing the worship to God, not Jerusalem. You know, so we need to see this. We need to always keep our hearts in the way that are we watching for where God is calling us to meet the needs. Yeah? But it's easy to keep our eyes on ourselves. Easy. And I'm not saying that you can meet everybody's needs, but if God is saying to do something, whatever it may be, that little bit something that God is saying is what God is asking. And not the more. Right? I love this because you hear all these guys giving all this stuff, but the part I love the most, right? Because these guys all came out of their wealth. Basically they had a lot of money. But I like this, the rest of the people gave 20,000 gold coins, about 250 pounds of silver and 67 gold. That means everybody else who didn't have much gave what they could. And you saw what they gave, whatever they could, added up. I think 67 golds? Like, that's a lot. So we need to remember this. There are times when it seems that Jesus is saying, get up, you can make it, just be strong. Right now, I don't know if you guys ever heard that. Like, everybody, I live in my own pain, nobody gets to help me. And then you pray to Jesus, God says, suck it up, you can deal with it. Yeah. Kind of like what Shannon was saying, the Lord says, just deal with it. But, she says that it would be cool, because sometimes when the Lord is talking to us, we feel like the Lord is not there. But the Lord is there. It is through His power we're getting through. We just gotta recognize that. Right? 3 points, and then we're going to end this real quick. So, when we come to the Lord, there's a lot of empty space in our lives and in our hearts. And we must fill it with something good. So if you are struggling, whatever sin you have, whatever shame you have, sin and shame, they both sin because it causes us to hide. And hiding causes us to be really sneaky about what we're doing and not confess. Yeah, a lot of us won't confess stuff that's shameful. But what people think about you. Well, like I said, you don't have to share with everybody. You find at least 1 or 2 people that can hold your problem. Yeah? Because you need to get that out of your life. Once you find these people and you confess, your job now is to fill that up with something of God. Don't leave it empty. It's dangerous. Matthew gives a good point. Matthew 12:43-45. When the evil spirit leaves a person, it goes into the desert seeking rest but finding none. Then it says, I will return to the person I came from. So it returns and finds its former home empty, swept and in order. Then the spirit finds 7 other spirits more evil than itself, and they all enter the person and live there. And so the person is worse off than before. That will be the experience of this evil generation. You know what that's saying, right? If we don't fill up this spot that we're cleaning out, we're just leaving it empty, we're not cleaning up with the Lord, Satan will come back and twofold. How many of you have ever experienced that? Yeah? You just say, oh Lord, forgive me, I'm feeling all bad, I'm pretty sure next thing you find yourself worse off. Yeah? This is what Scripture is saying. So when there's something not right with us, we gotta confess it. And then we gotta replace it with something else. We cannot leave them empty. Right? And maybe that for you is being accountable and reading more. Maybe that for you is building up another circle of friends to talk to. Maybe that is ministry. I don't know. You gotta figure out what works for you. For me, when ministry works, I got myself involved with everything because that's the only way I can stay safe. Right? If I was keeping busy. Because me left alone, I'm my worst enemy. Even when I work on a mess, you can't ask anybody to come to my house, but the TV is blasting and somebody's having a party. My brain just cannot stay still because when the brain stays still, I get all weird Pentecost. And so I keep my brain constantly active. And so it's the same way. When I clean stuff out of my life, I fill it up instantly with something of God. only way for you to stay safe. The second point, even though our souls is saved and are born again, there is often a lot of rubbish in our lives we have to clean out through the process of sanctification. That means, even though we save all of us, little by little, not planning, okay? Just because you take one big step doesn't mean nothing. Because when you fall back, you can fall back more backwards. Take small steps. What is the first easiest thing for you to clean up in your life? Take care of that. And then the next one, and then the next one. And then when you come to the skill or the discipline, then you will attack the big one. The one that really holds you down. Yeah, some of us like attack the big one, but we're getting all tackled on by the small ones. Yeah? So, how do we know that the Lord is speaking to us? You know, the Holy Spirit has conviction. The word conviction. You guys ever get something or you want to do something or you feel junk? Okay, that's how they show the angel and the devil. Yeah. That's the devil and the Holy Spirit. Okay? So if you're feeling junk, it's because the angel of the Lord is telling you the devil is a liar. You get a choice to listen to the devil or not. My recommendation from experience, don't listen to the devil. Right? His job is to steal, kill, and destroy. Conviction is very, very important. You shouldn't feel bad about being convicted. You should rejoice. Thank you, Lord, for the anointing of your Holy Spirit's alarm system. Right? I'm an angel. Run. Be good. Nothing wrong with running. We as Christians, we can run. Yeah? We go, oh, no, I gotta stand and fight the devil. Did God tell you to stand and fight the devil? If you say no, then you better run. Because you cannot fight the devil by yourself. You need the power of God. Lastly, let me show you this picture. Let's show you this picture. So, I'm happy because it's my first PowerPoint picture I did. So, this is what happens when we get junk in our life, right? We still stay stuck in the miry clay. Okay? We call them gold clay over there. You know what I mean? It's stuck over here. But we never clean out all the junk. So we start to deceive ourselves and think, oh, we're okay. We start hanging on, and before you know it, we get the second picture. This is where we end up. Now we're down in the mud. We are just being torn up by all these compromising. The enemy has a hold on us. Now coming out of this point of your bondage is very, very difficult. You're going to need to really just dig into the presence of the Lord, have people who will pray for you, have you praying for you, and really desiring to change your life. If you do not desire God, this is where you're going to be. And eventually, something's going to happen, right? So you get two results. You can either try your best and seek out God and allow God to heal you and pull you out of marriage, or you can stay there and not receive Jesus. The next picture. This is the result of two different outcomes. The result of those guys walking away, they cried out to Jesus and said, Jesus, I need your help. Will you heal me? Will you strengthen me? The guy laying there in the mud that looks dead is really a symbolic picture of what will happen to our spiritual life if we are not resisting the enemy's temptation. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy about it. My plan is to walk away. And I've already started walking. And my job is to continue to walk. But I have to be wise. I have to stay away from this pit. It's a dangerous place. We all know our weak spots. We all know where the pits are in our life. And some of us are still hanging around there. I want you to understand, not everybody who plays around with their salvation makes it happen. I have friends that still never come back to the Lord. I had friends who died leaving the Lord and never came back. And that really hurts my heart because they made a decision to give up on the Lord. They'll never see the presence of God. They'll never spend eternity in heaven, but instead burn for all eternity in agony in hell. You see, this is the choice. This is the bottom line choice we have. What is it we're going to decide? You see, and it's going to be a choice. I'm not manipulating. I'm not the one going to have to answer to God. I'm not going to be the one that's going to live the scenario that you will live. But I made a decision. And my decision was actually Christ to serve Him, to worship Him, to live for Him. And does it take work? Does it hurt sometimes? Yeah. Do I like it? No. Because I suck it, I like what I like. But I like God more. And when you could die for something, God could have other needs. The last thing we can learn from this chapter is that, we haven't seen it. We have to go and read and study on it. But when Nehemiah was leaving to come to Jerusalem, he didn't leave immediately. We read the story, we think he immediately left. But if you go back to the history and you read some of the stories of what was going on, you find that he wasn't able to leave right away. The reason for that was because in order for him to work on the temple, he needed Levites. He needed priests. Like I said, not anybody could work in those areas. He could work on certain parts of the temple, but other parts of the temple, nobody except Levites who was appointed according to God was able to work on that. And so that kind of put a little distance in his returning to Jerusalem. Now, was this the devil's plan? I would say yes. Right? Because if we don't have people living in the temple of the Lord, then the worship of the Lord cannot happen. According to Scripture, and we're going to end here, we are the Levites. We are the one that has been chosen to touch the sanctified areas of the temple. All of us. It's us. We're chosen. Where people cannot step, God has chosen us to step. We, through the blood of Jesus Christ, go right into the most holy of holies. And we don't have to tie ropes and bells around our feet. Because we're not going to die. We have the covenant of Jesus Christ, our Redeemer, right? He lives, the Bible says, and His authority lives in us. And we're sanctified as holy priests. So, all of us is responsible for building the temple of God. That's all it is. Yeah? That's all it is. And this. Isn't it crazy? We get the special temple. This is the special temple door to the most holy of holies in you. And only you, God, has chosen to enter. Only you can do this prayer work. Nobody else. So it's up to us. Right? Yeah. God is like nuts. And the more we read these words to understand His word, the more we use His word to seek a deeper relationship with Him, the stronger our faith becomes. And the stronger our faith becomes, the more confident we become in what the Lord has said. At that point, making us victorious in all the things of this world. Once again, you see the promises on 10:10 come to pass. Right? You see the promises, and when you were in the womb, I had a great plan for you. Right? Isaiah 10, 41:10, I hold you up in my victorious right hand, nothing can touch you. Man, you should think about this and go, wow. All of a sudden, I get peace in my life. I still get crazy headaches, with the kids and the body. The water, just okay. But you know what I mean? Just, you get headaches, you don't have that. But isn't it great to know that through Christ Jesus, you can have this peace of knowing that everything will be okay if we trust Him. But if we don't fix this, man, we're always going to have a shallow relationship. The shallow relationship is our life in this. We gotta make a choice. Like I said, as for me, I choose to serve the Lord. Amen? Let's pray.